From McKinney North High School, you're watching NTV with Julian Esparza and Rachel Jones.
Coming up today, we'll feature a teacher who has returned to her roots.
We'll meet some dogs.
We'll talk to a student with a cool business.
And we'll see how our sports teams are doing so far.
All this and more starting right now on NTV. Good morning, McKinney North High School. I'm Julian Esparza.
And I'm Rachel Jones.
While most students spent their summer relaxing and working on summer reading, sophomore Reese Girdle spent his summer working at his own mobile snow cone stand. Ginger Sparks has the story.
Like most small businesses, they start out small, then grow and expand with big ideas.
As soon as I got the idea in my head, I just worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. And eventually I got to get a trailer with the best stuff with the cheapest price. And I had this list, and my parents helped me out with buying it, obviously, because I was 12.
Similar to most businesses, the names of the establishment are essential to the success of a business.
There's this place, it was called like Tiki something. I was like, oh, I could just name myself on Tiki Reese, and it kind of just stuck.
Starting a business by yourself takes not only a lot of time and resources, but also a lot of dedication.
I managed it from when I was 12, and they kind of just threw me at the trailer and kind of just let me go do it.
Balancing extracurricular activities and schoolwork is hard enough. Reese takes it a step further because he runs a business at the same time.
It's hard. I actually have employees, so I can pay my employees to work my trailer while maybe I go play a baseball game or go work out or stuff like that.
Snow cone making isn't easy for everyone, but for Reese, it's like second nature.
I take a lot of time and quality to make the snow cones perfect every time. All of a sudden I'm in like a zone and I'm just a snow cone making machine.
Everyone has their own specialty that they feel they excel the most at.
I'm really good at making snow cones. That's like the one thing I'm like better at that than anybody.
Most students choose to work jobs during their high school career, but few actually run their own businesses. This is Ginger Sparks for NTV.
As you may have noticed, there are many new teachers here at North. However, one of those teachers isn't so new to North. Miss Dunn graduated from North in 2010. Being a teacher has given her a new perspective on teaching.
And now as a student, you don't realize how much goes on behind the scenes to be a teacher. And so it's definitely been kind of different because I'm having to step out from that being a student to becoming, somebody that, a role model.
To some students, Miss Dunn was first a friend before a teacher.
It's cool to see people, I've known them, when they were tiny, and watching them grow up and see what kind of person they become and their ambitions and what they want to be like, and and they're like, I know what I want to do, what college they're going to, and I just think that's so awesome to see people grow and become so successful.
Like most students, Miss Dunn enjoyed Friday night lights and showing her school pride.
Football games and pep rallies. I can't stress it enough. My 4 years here are amazing. Great atmosphere, great people. The teachers were amazing. There was just so much school spirit.
Since Miss Dunn graduated, lots of changes have occurred. But there are some changes she wishes she could change back.
I think what I would change is not having all that technology, not having it so crucial, throughout our day. I just love being able to have conversation like we are.
Teachers influenced her heavily during her 4 years as a student, eventually leading her to want to inspire her own students.
I've had a lot of inspiring teachers throughout, elementary to middle and to high school. I was very inspired by Barry Lucy from Mr. Andrews my freshman year. Just very influential people.
Miss Dunn's former anatomy physiology teacher, Miss Haid, remembers Miss Dunn fondly.
She's always smiling, she's always creative, and she's not goofy, she's not silly, she's serious, but she is fun with it.
Miss Dunn had an awesome time as a student for North, but she's hoping for an even better teaching career. This is Rachel Jones for NTV.
We all know the Mascots as fixtures of pep rallies and sporting events, but you may not know the people behind the mask. Liam Gahan has the story on who is inside the suits and what it takes to be a mascot.
I wanted to become a mascot because I just love school spirit. And since I was already attending all the games because my sister was the captain of the cheerleading team, I figured, you know, why not be out on the field, getting the crowd like pumped up.
My friend, he said, hey, you want to be a mascot? And he told the coach. And then so I kind of joined in freshman year.
Though they enjoy being mascots, Tyler and Noah say that there are some uncomfortable aspects about wearing the costume.
It is excruciatingly hot and sweaty. It's 40 degrees hotter inside the suit than outside.
I mean, it's really silent because you can't talk in the suit as a mascot. So, I mean, and everything, all the noise outside is kind of muffled, so you can't really hear that well. So, I mean, you have to open your ears if like there's kids calling you or something.
Being at every game is hard work, but the experience of being a mascot has allowed these students to express themselves in unique ways.
Being able to be myself and a little extra, because I get to have so much fun in this suit, and I get to have fun interacting with the student section.
Like the little kids, when they come up to you and like they like hug you and stuff, that's just like the best because it puts a really big smile on their face.
While mascots have many interactions with the student section, Noah says people have misconceptions about who they are as people.
I think like the mascots, since they're like big and wild and exhilarating in the suit, that they're like that outside of the suit, but turns out like a lot of the college mascots that you see around are quiet people.
The Bulldogs are at hard work preparing for their next performance at the homecoming pep rally. This is Liam Gahan for NTV.
Now here's Cameron Govan with sports.
Some teams are in the heart of their season, and others are just starting up. Let's take a look at how they're doing so far. The Lady Bulldogs volleyball team is well into their season, but began district play only a couple of weeks ago. They have an overall record of 10-7 and a district record of 1-2. Their next game is tonight at 5:30 against Wiley East at home. The tennis team is continuing their tradition of being highly ranked in the state. They're ranked first in the area and second in the state. Their next home tournament is October 2nd against Frisco Lone Star. And finally, the Bulldog football team has started their season off strong. They had their first district game yesterday. They will take on the Prosper Eagles next week, October 3rd at Prosper. With the offense having a great season last year, it leads you to believe that the offensive line was key to their success. But with only one returning starter, many adjustments had to be made. Coming off a 2,000-plus yard season, we know part of the success of the offense came from the experienced line. But this year, there is only one returning starter, so this year's line looks and acts a bit different than last year's.
Considering that success is we're all smaller and just we're all new, and the only returning starter is Drew, so we're just having to piece everything together.
I'd say the biggest difference between this year and last year's offensive line is just experience. We only have one returning starter from last year, and that's Andrew Grisham, so I think right now it's just experience.
With anything that you do, there are going to be strengths and weaknesses. But when you add being new into the equation, those qualities will be exposed.
I mean, the strengths we have is we have two pretty big tackles and then two small guards to pull, and we have a lot of potential, but the weaknesses is we have two small guards and we're not conditioned as we should be.
Trying to accomplish success with those around you creates a strong bond that is key to reaching that goal.
I mean, we just play together. We pretty much are like brothers.
The guys on the line are close, but there are times when they aren't on the same page.
Usually because Coach Leaf is yelling at us, and we just pick each other up because we know what it feels like.
If you want to see these guys in action, you can come see them next Friday as they play the Prosper Eagles at 7:30. This has been Cameron Govan for NTV. That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Hey Rachel, if you could live in one season forever, what would it be?
I choose summer because I love all the sunshine.
Yeah, I'd choose fall because the leaves look really nice and the weather, it's actually cooling down from all that summer heat. Well, here's what McKinney North students had to say.
I like fall because it's volleyball season and I love sweaters. I would want to stay in fall forever because it's when my birthday is.
If I could have any season, it would be fall because I like the weather and all of the different like colors and stuff.
I would stay in fall forever because I love to bake. Like, I really, really love to bake. And in summer, it's too hot to bake, and in winter, I don't want to move because I'm too cold. And so fall, it's like apple and pumpkin and everything good about the world. I'm just really excited about fall. Like, oh my God, I'm really excited.
I would say spring leading into summer because I love all the rain and the flowers that come out.
I because it's always really nice and it's jacket weather.
I'd stay in summer because I can swim.
I'd definitely do fall or winter because I love the cold and it's amazing.
If I could live in any season forever, it'd have to be spring because then the weather starts getting warm and then I won't have as much chances of getting sick and then my nose won't keep stiffening.
I would stay in winter forever because you get a lot of school time off. If it snows, when it snows, it's super cold and you'll never have to deal with the blinding sun in your eyes all day.
Definitely Cameron season.
If I could live in any season forever, it would have to be summer so that I can sleep in and eat steak all day.
All right, spring and summer. I'm going to take two because I like the spring and the summer because it's refreshing and I don't like it cold. I can't get enough clothes on to stay warm. So spring and summer.
My favorite season will be the spring because it's nice and cool outside and track season starts. So that's why it will be my favorite season.
Ooh, I got it, because I get to bring out the boots. The Timbs, I get to bring out the Timbs. Why are you looking at my shoes? These ain't the Timbs. Alright, and I won't be sweating.
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 That's all we have for you today.
For more news and sports information, follow us on Twitter at MNHSNTV.
Thanks for watching.
And have a great weekend, Bulldogs.
Sorry.
Coming up today, we'll do something.
We all know the Mascots as fixtures at pep rallies and sporting. Thanks, Belle.
I said all right again. Yeah, well, I'd choose fall. I stuttered.
Choose one season to live in all. Okay. If you had to live in season. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get it, I promise. Okay.
Action.
Oh, I'm still asking this.